Look at this dude.
Whoosh, poppin', everybody, welcome back to another video. Hey man, if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, smash the like button, click that bell while you're at it so you can be a part of the Post Noti Gang family, best family on YouTube, and that's no cap, hands down. Hey man, we are here for Ray William Johnson. We got this psycho wants to murder his wife. Well, let's see how far he took it. We're gonna do less talking, more reacting. Let's dive right into this video. Let's go.
So this guy really wants to kill his wife. Now the guy's name,
Be like that, huh?
name is Michael, and Michael's 58 years old, living in Oregon, and Michael has a big problem. His wife doesn't love him anymore, and he really wants to win her back. Now his wife is this one.
Look, once somebody falls out of love with you, don't try to fight it back, bro. That person's gonna end up resenting you. You're gonna be looking stupid, and if you guys end up getting back together, it is still not gonna pan out, bro. Somebody falls out of love, it is wraps, bro.
Woman, Susan. And of course Susan doesn't love him anymore. Michael, he's kind of a terrible husband. Like, he never takes her out or spends time with her. He does things like when she's trying to kiss him, he like burps in her face, which I guess he thinks is funny. He always tries to control her spending habits when actually she makes more money than him. Like, she's a nurse while he's a janitor at an adult video store. Which, by the way,
Adult video store as a janitor, bro. What?
I assume that.
Could you imagine? What do you do? What do you do for work? I'm a janitor at a porn shop. What?
means he cleans the little boots out. Ew. Not to mention, he's also just kind of a bummer. Like, he's always referring to life as a shit sandwich. And so anyway, over time, all of this has kept building up. And then one day in 2005, after being married 17 years,
Damn.
Susan has finally had enough. She goes to Michael and she says, I want a divorce. And poor Michael is devastated. Like, he doesn't want to get a divorce. I mean, he's not feeling this at all. And so I guess, in a compromise, they agree.
To be honest, he's probably only freaking out for the financial standpoint. I don't think he actually loves her. Because if you're not doing anything affectionate with your partner, you're not taking her out, you're not showing affection with kisses, or and then on top of that, you're controlling her money, and she makes more money. Like, it's honestly just a control thing for him. I don't think he actually truly loved her.
Agree to a trial separation, where she stays in the house while Michael moves out to go live with his dad for a while. And from here, Michael's life just continues to get worse.
Damn.
He loses his job at the adult video store, and I guess his dad kicks him out of the house. So now he's...
So at this point, you know you gotta be the problem if everyone's kicking you out their life, bro. Your wife kicked you out her life, your dad kicked you out of his life, and you lost your... There's an issue with you, my boy.
Suddenly doesn't really have a place to live. So at this point, Michael is freaking out. He doesn't have any money, he doesn't have a job, he's got no place to live, and his wife is for sure going to divorce him. And this is where he comes up with an absolutely terrible idea. Why not just unalive Susan? I mean, since...
What's the benefits from it? Does she have, like, life insurance or some ish?
No, she won't be with him. Maybe this will make him feel better? I actually don't really get it. But not only that, the house that Susan is living in, it's worth about $300,000. And it's in both their names. And so if Susan just happens to die, the $300,000 house would end up being Michael's. So there is some money involved in this. Here's the problem.
So he has a little motive to it.
No. Michael, he can't unalive someone himself. Like, that's just not his style. No. He's gonna hire someone to do it. So he goes to this ex-coworker of his. This guy, Ed. And Ed is an ex-convict, kind of a shady dude, and he's also a janitor at the adult video store.
What's the coincidence?
Jeez, how many janitors does this place have?
Honestly.
Anyway, so Michael's mentioning all this
Unless that's the replacement.
stuff to Ed about his wife and whatnot, and Ed is like, oh yeah, I know all about hiring someone to kill a person. And Ed actually does. In fact, Ed just spent 9 years in prison because he once hired a hitman to take out his ex-girlfriend. And so Ed is like,
damn, dudes be really crazy out here, bro. No wonder, like, I don't know if anybody's really, oh, well, I mean, I guess people's noticed because of all the, like, missing reports. I feel like there's a lot more people going missing, and it's usually girls and women, you feel me? But that's why a lot of women they be extra precautious now, bro, when it comes to dating and et cetera, bro. Like dudes be crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, women are crazy as hell too. But I feel like fellas be taking it to a whole different level. You feel me?
I think unaliving your wife is a great idea, and I would love to be your hitman.
What the fuck? You just got done doing 9 years of prison. You ready to get back into the field like that?
And so the deal is done.
Nah.
Michael hires Ed for $50,000, and together they come up with a plan for
Where the fuck does he get $50,000 from?
Ed to assassinate Susan. And so some time passes, and eventually in 2006, the big day comes. The day Ed is scheduled to kill Susan.
Assassination
So
day.
first, Michael goes over to Susan's house when she's not home, and he lets himself in. And they're only separated, so I guess he still has the alarm code. And while he's there, he leaves her a note, because he's trying to create an alibi for himself. He's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm going to the beach, so I'll be gone and I won't see you for a couple of days. And
it takes you. You're gonna be at the beach for a couple. I mean, I guess you got a beach house or some ish, bro.
Then he leaves. Meanwhile, Ed is at his house preparing for this hit. And when I say preparing for this hit, I mean he's doing a bunch of cocaine. Like, a bunch of cocaine. And once he's sufficiently high, he travels over to Susan's house and he enters and he hides there behind the bedroom door. And
I don't see how people can get high and drive, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not good to do. Like, I've obviously, like, I don't want to say obviously, but don't get me wrong. Like, I've been buzzed before and drove. And obviously not good. Do not do it. You feel me? Like, I don't ever do it. I'm talking about in my young 20s. You feel me? My dumb self. You feel me? But, like, I could understand that because I've done it before. But being high, bro, I got to be in a bed. You feel me? Because I get sleepy. I get slumped. I can barely walk. So, me driving? Couldn't be me.
He waits for her to come home. Sometime later, Susan gets home. And before she goes into her bedroom, she notices something feels off. Because the room is like super dark. Like she didn't leave the curtains open when she left or something. And then, suddenly, out of nowhere, boom, Ed appears. And Susan's like, who are you? What do you want? And Ed, he's got a hammer. And then, bam, he hits her in the head with it. And they grab each other and they're wrestling around and there's a struggle. And she slams.
I don't know how people can function after getting hit upside the head with a hammer, bro. I can't imagine. Now, I've been pistol whipped before, but I blacked out. I woke up in my bed. Next thing I know, you feel me? So getting hit by a hammer, bro, I'd have been out.
Him up against the wall, trying to get the hammer away from him. And she's thinking this guy's about to be like, where's all your jewelry or whatever? Because she thinks he's a burglar. But Ed, he doesn't say anything like that. He just keeps on fighting and trying to hit her with the hammer. But Susan, she's trying to fight back, and she uses all her weight to pin him up against the wall. And Ed says, you're strong. And this makes Susan realize that this dude isn't here to rob her. He's here to kill her. And she's got to do everything she can to not let that happen.
That part.
So then, pow, she manages to wrestle the hammer away from him.
Damn, she must be very strong. Not only did she get hit upside the head with the hammer, but she really fighting back.
And boom, 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 she hits him in the head with it 3 or 4 times. And then they fight and they struggle some more before Ed manages to grab the hammer back from her. But Susan, she's still not giving up. She does not want to die today. So she
I don't think nobody does.
grabs him by the throat. She puts him in a chokehold. Now, despite the extreme circumstances here, Susan, she's a nice woman. She doesn't want to kill anyone. Most people don't. She doesn't even want to kill this hitman who showed up to assassinate her. So, she then lets go of him, and she tries to run away.
I ain't gonna lie, somebody trying to kill me, you dying, bro. I am going to survive. You are dying, not me. Not I, you are.
But he grabs her and he spins her around, and pow, he punches her in the face.
People be so dumb. You ever watch those movies where they escape, then the killer catches up to them, then they wrestle, and then the victim somehow knocks them out cold, asleep, bro. And then they end up running away, and then the dude ends up waking up and then getting up and then attacks him. You feel me? No, if I end up getting you to a point to where I knock you out cold, bro, I'm not done there. I'm going to keep going until I know you're not breathing. You feel me?
And pow, he does it again. And Susan falls to the floor. And so
Are you going to end up like this, bruh?
she lays there, out of energy. while Ed takes that hammer and he stands over her. And one more hit from him with that thing is all it's gonna take. And poor Susan will be dead, and she knows it. She knows.
And all you had to do was continue hitting on him when you got him to the ground and you knocked him out. Like, you literally, so, like, because you didn't want to kill him, blase, now you're going to be the one ended up dead, bruh.
Knows she's done for.
Until
Susan still isn't gonna give up. Her body gives her another hit of adrenaline, and suddenly she reaches up and she grabs Ed, and she pulls him down onto the floor with her. And now they're both wrestling for control of that hammer. And soon she says, "Fuck it," and she starts biting him. Boom, she bites his arm.
Hey, look, I'm gonna do anything and everything to survive, bruh.
Boom, she bites his thigh. Boom, she even bites him on his junk through his pants. And as they continue to wrestle,
Oh, when you get to the little guy down there, you feel me? Ooh, scraps.
anytime she has a free hand, she tries to slip it into his pockets. She's trying to find like some form of ID or something so that she can quickly toss it under the bed or like under a chair so that police might find it later and they can identify.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna pre-plan my death by making sure he gets caught if I end up dead. No. I am not worried about taking your wallet. I'll take your wallet out your pockets when you're dead, bruh.
Who came in to kill her. Like, damn, she's like really good under pressure. I would never think to do that.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about surviving. I'm not picking at your pockets for your wallet. Fuck that. I'm gonna wait till you're not breathing.
Anyway, at this point, Susan and Ed have been fighting for around 14 minutes, and they are completely worn out. And so they're both there, lying on their sides, trying to catch their breath, but Susan is still not giving up.
Cause I ain't trying to die.
And she manages to climb on Ed's back and put him in a chokehold. And she starts yelling at him, like, "Tell me who sent you! Tell me who sent you and I'll call an ambulance for you!" Because, you know, he's hurt. This woman really said, "Call an ambulance, but not for me." Anyway, Ed doesn't say anything back to her. He only growls at her. And so Susan tightens her grip around his neck and she holds him there. And she doesn't let go until he stops moving completely.
That part. That's what you're supposed to do.
And Ed dies.
Good shit, bro.
And then Susan runs outside over to a neighbor's house, who then calls 911. And police show up and they're able to piece together that Ed is connected to her husband, Michael. And so, bam, they go and they arrest Michael.
Plan failed, my boy.
Here's his mugshot.
Damn.
Ugh, Jesus, dude. And ultimately,
he gonna be rotting in there until he goes.
Michael takes a plea deal and he's sentenced to 10 years in prison.
He's not gonna make all 10 years. You can already tell his body's deteriorating. Obviously, he's older. You can tell, but you could tell his body's deteriorating. He's not gonna last 10 years in prison. He's gonna die in prison, bro. So you threw your whole life away because your wife didn't want you, dad didn't want you, lost your job, and now you in prison. Congrats. Hey man, if you guys made it to the end, I do greatly appreciate it. Smash the like button, leave a comment, click that bell while you're at it. Till next time, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next time. I'm out.